Welcome back, my friends, to another episode. This is how this episode is going to go down. I have an unboxing here. There's only two things in here. It's going to remain a mystery. But what I'm going to do first is open up this. Now this is Sioux City Birch Beer. Kind of looks like that. Birch beer. I am a fan of root beer, and I recently discovered birch beer. This is a new kind of birch beer that I have not yet tried. I want to try it now. It smells like root beer. For those who like root beer, you will like birch beer, and I love root beer. And it tastes less sweet than root beer. Not as carbonated as root beer, but it is good. And I actually don't like soda cold. The carbonation is enough to like get me, and excuse me. So I don't like the cold as well. So anyway, so that was delicious. Now I'm going to open this up, and what I'm going to do after I open this is I'm going to promptly read it, because I found this on the Right Stuff when they were doing the everything in stock sale, which by the way I did not fully participate in, because instead I was robbed and bought a new PlayStation 4. So the money that I would have spent on books I spent on a new PS4, because I gotta have my PlayStation, especially now because No Man's Sky is coming out soon. You guys should pre-order that. So anyway, but I found these books on the Right Stuff site, and I'd never heard of them before, and I was very interested, and I tried to look for them, and I couldn't find hardly anything about them whatsoever, which of course intrigued me more. So I did a little bit more research, and I found someone on eBay actually who was selling them, and had sold them for considerably less than what Right Stuff was selling them for. So I've never seen these before. I have no idea what I'm getting into. Alright, so it is, the story is called Stone Collector. It looks like this, Stone Collector. Looks very simple. In fact, this is volume 1, right? And this is volume 2. Not to be confused with volume 1. I know they look similar. This is a little more orangey. So, anyway, very interested in reading these. And because there's just two, I love short series. The spine's a little bit bent. You wouldn't have gotten that from Right Stuff. You would have gotten a great looking book from Right Stuff, but I was very cheap when I bought them. Very cheap. And the back cover's bent. That kind of sucks. So, like I said before, I'm going to read these straight away because I'm very interested, and I'm going to drink the rest of the birch beer. And then I'm going to come back and immediately give my review and my take on the story, because, like, when I tried to look for information, there was none that I could find, so I'm going to let you guys know what I think in just a second.
A few moments later.
So I just finished reading Stone Collector, this oversized looking manga, and I just wanted to share my thoughts about it. First of all, the story and the art together reminded me of like Soul Eater mixed with Zombie Powder. And for those who don't know Zombie Powder, that was it's done by 𝐁𝐫𝐶𝐭, the same dude that did Bleach. In fact, he did Zombie Powder before he did Bleach, which I actually like better than Bleach. But he never finished it, and very much like Zombie Powder, Stone Collector is not finished. There's the two volumes, volume 1, volume 2, and I thought that's all they were. I was very excited to get into a seemingly good, like, 2-volume series, but it doesn't end. In fact, it does something worse than not ending, and halfway through the second book, the main story stops, and a new story just starts on up, which is weird. And maybe if there was a third book that could kind of like tie them together, it wouldn't be as weird, but it almost felt like the dude that was writing it was like, I'm bored of this, or I don't know how to get out of this situation, so I'm going to start an entirely separate story. And they were based on each other. So the main plot points of the story is that there are these like demon stones that fall from the sky, and they infect living things, whether it be plants or animals or people, and they turn them evil and like crazy. They lose their mind. They kind of go like halfway between zombie and like berserk. So they show different animals that get infected and these giant beastie animals, and they show different people that get infected and they're like grotesque, bizarro human versions of the people. And I would show you things. In fact, I realized actually why I couldn't find anything about Stone Collector online, and it says that right in the inside cover, it says that no part of this book may be reproduced or transmitted in any form, by any means, electronic or mechanical, including photocopying, recording, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not actually going to show you stuff. I can show you the cover, which they have this exact same cover. Overall, the book felt unfinished in a lot of ways. Not simply because the story didn't conclude, but because there were no backgrounds to like 75% of the panels. I really liked the art though. The art was great. In fact, let me look this up. The book I saw was cover and interior art by ZOM-J, story by Kevin Hahn, and the cover and interior design by Richard Rodriguez. So 3 dudes got together and they made these books. Which is actually quite cool if you think about it, that they didn't have other people or editorial people or anything, but it shows, and it shows that it does. I mean, it just doesn't, it's not done. It's not done. In fact, a lot of the panels, you could tell that they drew it on the computer because the like onion skin are still in some of the panels, so you'll see like a light gray outline and then like the black over it, like the finished black. So they just forgot to like hide those layers. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, and I wish I could show you. The point is that it was good. Like the main story, the story that the whole first volume was and half the second volume, I was really into. In fact, it absolutely captured my attention. It was fun and exciting, and there was action for like no reason. Didn't really explain a lot of stuff. It was just a lot of butt kicking, and I'm totally fine with that. And the art is beautiful. It looks great. It really does look great, but it's just not done. It's not completed. The characters all had the crazy smiles like a Soul Eater, where they're like with the teeth, and it was cool. So back to the main story. So the evil stones, they infect stuff, and this dude is the stone collector, hence the name. And he's going around. It's his job to like beat all the bad guys, and he uses jade, like the actual stone jade. They forge it into weapons, and he's got all these different knives and crap like that of jade, because jade is the only thing that can hurt the monsters that are infected with the bad guy stones. And that's about it. So I mean, it is really cool. I wish there were more. I wish someone with better like formatting skills and more time. It felt like doujinshi to me. I don't know. It probably is somehow just original books. Overall, considering that 3 dudes worked on the damn thing, and I've never written a manga, I would give it like a B-, or maybe even a B+ even, because I really did like the story, and the art was really damn good. In fact, I'm gonna look up the ZOM-J guy and see if he's done anything else, because the art is really cool. I felt like if they had given him more time, or if he was actually like paid, it looks like unpaid, like just out of the joy of his heart type work. I think he could have done a better job and put more into it. It just felt rushed. The whole thing felt rushed. The story felt rushed, and the art felt rushed. It wasn't bad. But I don't even know if I'd recommend it to anyone. If you like Zombie Powder, you would like this. If you could find this for a decent price. And I love Zombie Powder, and I really did like this, the main story. In fact, the dude just looks like the Zombie Powder guy. He looks like Gamma. So there's that. There's my piece, the unboxing and review of Stone Collector by Kevin Hahn and ZOM-J, and birch beer, which is still delicious. So thank you all for watching and tuning in, and I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and I will catch you later.